one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Nine ball top number hit to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. He wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. TTG from Kilmarnock Town. Got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. The virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Just for fun, we'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Right, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV on this very warm day in the southwest of Scotland. Checked the temperature a little while ago. It was 30 degrees, which is definitely a heat wave temperature, 86 Fahrenheit, and far too bloody warm. But we're here for a one-loss side match in the 2025 Virtual Cowboy World Championship on the 10-foot table. And it's Romario who is on a comeback. He's been away from VP4 for 3-4 years, I think. And he's just come back in the last week or two and was sent to that one-loss side by Mr. Fox. It was a 3-1 win for him in that first round match. Interchangex, he had a match against, who the hell was he playing? Was it Chico? And of course, I'm scrolling up and down, and there he is. No, it was LS3. My bad. It was LS3, but it went all the way, and LS3 won out in the end, which was a bit of a surprise. But But nevertheless, LS3 is a good potter, but it could have went either way, that match in the end. But that's how both of them ended up in the one-loss side. And we are a couple of minutes away from this room going up. In the meantime, there's one match still left on the schedule. It's a big match tomorrow. Tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock British Summer Time, and that is Cobra, who is, I believe, the defending champion for the last 2 years in this tournament, and VP Monster, who wants so desperate to win this title because that's his game. And it's going to be a tough one, and I'll be here for that tomorrow. So Romario has just arrived, so he's not really interested in putting in any time on this, I think. He'll take it or leave it, whether he wins or loses. That's the way he plays, fast and loose. And Interchangex has been in getting plenty of practice. He's still in his room, waiting in this room going up. So the favourite will be Interchangex, simply because Romario hasn't really had the table time. But one thing I would mention that maybe some of you watching, although there's not that many at the moment, and probably won't be with the good weather over here. A lot of people will be out enjoying the sun. But welcome to Death Day. But Romario used to play quite a bit of, I think it was 3 cushion, maybe 1 cushion, but probably 3 cushion. He used to play quite a bit back in the day against Albinario. So Romario should be comfortable playing the carom side of it. Now, that's the one thing that Romario might have a chance if he can get to those caroms. That's what it's all about. If you can get there before your opponent, that's the way you're going to put the pressure on them. So that's Romario's objective. The fact that he tends to play at an accelerated speed most of the time is prevalent to probably causing more problems than good. He'll never change. He's always played that way. But that's how mistakes are made. Welcome to Coldest Pillow, I think it is, or Bondi, or whoever the hell it is. I keep forgetting. I don't remember names. I don't remember who's who. So the Wimbledon final is going on at the moment, which is strange to me because in all the years I've ever watched Wimbledon, the women's and the men's finals started about 2:10 in the afternoon. For some strange bloody reason, they've decided to start at about 4 in the afternoon. I haven't a clue why. Maybe it's for the weather because it's really hot down in London. I don't know, but they play in hotter temperatures than that in other major tournaments around the world. So I don't know what the reason is for their timing on the start of it. But the women's final might not last that long. That's the problem. I might not see any of it. Oh, watch that tomorrow. That'll be worth a watch. Right. They're probably lagged off. And Romario has won the lag. And he was on a run of 24. And I've jinxed him coming into the room. It never fails. There you go. He was going along nicely until I joined there. And he misses the force follow. There's the first mistake from Interchangex. So Romario has to watch how he plays this. He needs to go far enough across, but he's missed the pot as well. So this is going to be, it's threatening to be one of these start racks where nobody can score. Problem with Romario there is that he should have scored and he might live to regret it. Let me just get my bottle of water ready because it's dehydration temperatures in this room. The temperature in this room right now, I will tell you, is just between 30 and 31 degrees. So it's just as warm in the bloody room as it is outside. And I've got every window shut. I've got the bathroom extractor fan on to draw the heat out the house. And the bathroom door's wide open, so hopefully that's creating a bit of an airflow just to take the real bite off the temperature. Goodness knows what it would be without that on. But we'll have another warm day tomorrow, and then it's to break down. We've got an area of low pressure moving in from the Atlantic. There'll be a breakdown. We'll have some rain. Some will have some heavy rain according to the forecast, which it wouldn't go unmissed that. We got some, but I certainly wanted to cool the air down. It's murder trying to sleep at night. I've got the fan on 24 hours a day. We're not used to this heat up here. Well, Interchangex gets the little bonus of banking the one as well as the carom. So these are races to 3 for anybody who happens to have stumbled across this stream. And Cowboy's a game that probably many people who play pool have never played in real life, let alone in the virtual world. But it's a good multiplayer game. It's probably, well, for me it's the most enjoyable multiplayer game when you play in teams. If we had something like this killer game I've been talking about, that would be a great multiple player game. It really would. I think the players would love it. That remains to be seen. You can always live in hope. We keep hounding Steve. Well, if you've got a question, fire away. That's what I'm here for. Whether you get the right answer is a debate, but I'll try and answer it. So Romario back in, table's not in good shape. He's going to have to play a cut or a bank to try and stay at the table. Interchangex hasn't found any groove yet. He's had bits and pieces. Why does no one work the 5-ball by potting it every time with a carom? Well, you see, that's the same sort of question that Steve actually asked when he joined the live stream last year. He was asking, he was saying I'd be going for the carom every time. Well, the answer to that is it is not a productive strategy at all, because first of all, you're going to have to be really good to do that. And secondly, you're actually, when you get reasonably good at this game, you're trying to keep things in line. You're trying to keep shape and set up your next shot. And if you're trying to pot a ball and carom every time, you won't be at the table long. It's definitely not a good strategy. My advice I've always said to people who are maybe beginners at this game, you have a target. You should have a target most of the time, and most of the time it's to try and stay below the 1 ball in the kitchen or above the 3 ball at the top of the table, to not only give you a pot, but if you're happening to be on a carom, as this game forces you to play, because we're playing alternate cowboy from 0 to 90, you can only score points by playing a pot, but your next shot has to be a carom. And if you don't make the carom, your visit ends. So this is the tougher version of cowboy, as opposed to what I call straight cowboy. But if you play this game, more importantly, it's about controlling the cue ball. You have to put the cue ball into areas where you're giving yourself opportunities to follow up. But Interchangex there knew to stay below the 1 ball because the 1 ball was going to get spotted and the 5 ball was handy for the carom. So now he's got to play the 3, and if he plays it soft, he'll have a 3-5. If he comes higher, he'll have a 3-1. If he goes in the middle like this, he's got a choice either way, but he's going to have to stun it. And if you look at the match tomorrow, watch the match tomorrow, because that's going to be a big match. You've got Cobra, who is very deliberate in this game. He's found the way that works for him, and he's very, very less inclined to run the cue ball and make 2 and 3 rail caroms. He'll only ever do that out of desperation. His control of the cue ball is that much better than most that he can line himself up for that next shot pretty well guaranteed. So he's going to be doing a lot of minimal movement in the cue ball, as will VP Monster, because he thinks about gathering balls and leaving the carom on and doing all that sort of stuff. VP Monster can score on a good day. He can certainly score. He can certainly threaten Cobra. I believe that his best chance is definitely getting to the caroms before Cobra does. If he doesn't, and he fails in that too many times, it could just be a whitewash for Cobra. The thing is, Monster's fully aware of that. He's strong in the caroms, but if he gets out of line in a pot and he has to dig out a pot, then Cobra's the favourite for that, because Monster's going to get caught out in some of the pots if he doesn't get good shape. That's the main thing. He has to get his potting lines right tomorrow. If he does that, then he's got a strong chance. But if he's missing something at a dodgy time in the rack, maybe he's still trying to get to 90, then he's probably just feeding Cobra. Meanwhile, we've got Interchangex now in the lead in this first rack. There's nothing in it at the moment. Well, now he can... Well, if it's me, I'm cutting the 3 and I'm leaving the 5-1 carom because it's a big target to hit that 1. I wouldn't want to play the 1-5. That's why he's gone 2 rails to go over left side. And he really doesn't want to hit this hard because he wants to leave a ball on unless he's making sure he's banking the 5 further up the table. Because the 1's not in a great spot now, so he can play the 5 and stay above the 3. He can go forward slightly and stay above that 3 ball. And that's what you're always trying to do. You have to be... It's like every game you're ever going to play in a pool table or a billiard table. And it doesn't matter that it's cowboy. It's every game. You've got to think about where the cue ball's going. More important thing in this game, though, that's probably less important in a lot of other games, is where the object ball's going when you're playing a carom. You have to think about those things. You're trying to set yourself up to keep the visit going. So there's other factors in this game that apply very strongly to how good your score will be. I think I've seen Defty's name in the lobby. We're just talking about you, Monster, there. I wonder whether you agree. I wonder whether you agree with my assessment of how this match might go tomorrow. Be interesting to hear your opinion. I think I'm pretty not far off the mark in how it could go tomorrow. The Interchangex is giving Romario a lifeline here, but like the usual with Romario, you know, he's so quick and desperate to get on with it that he makes a hash of the 3 ball and gets the carom as a backup. Well, you know what you have to do tomorrow. You know, that's what you have to do. You've got to get that potting eye going. If the potting eye's no good, then you're dead and buried probably at the end of it. And I mean, let's not forget as well. You know, Cobra. You know, if he makes the odd mistake as well, and it's so easy to capitalise on the odd mistake. You know, one mistake can cost you a whole barload of points in this game. That's the beauty of it, and that's why you're never dead and buried. If you can get your act together, you always live in hope. But Romario's contribution's no good. Interchangex is really struggling. I mean, a fairly straight pot in the 3 ball, and he's rattled it and hung it. Well, Romario should be potting the 3 and just spinning around to the right a wee bit. And that's a terrible shot. That really is terrible. I mean, he's so much in a hurry, he's not even applying the right control on the cue ball. But as I said last night, Romario's going to be running loose, and you'll never talk him out of it. Doesn't matter what game he plays, he's going to be like this. And he can run hot, but more often than not, he runs cold far too soon. But he's really got to get back on par here. And more importantly, the amount of chances he's been given already from Interchangex, he should be in front. And he's missed the 5. Only 10. 10 ain't good enough. So Interchangex right now is the favourite to get to 90. He's only 16 away, which is not a big ask. And I mean, he's in full control here at the moment. Well, now he's a wee bit straightish, but if he goes forward, he can pot the 3 and leave the 5-3. To bounce that 3 ball. Well, he can again just drop the 1 ball in and stay below. This game isn't about being greedy for the 5 ball every time. Yes, if you land good and you're going maybe cross table each time up and down from either corner pocket, and you're staying above or below, then you can score pretty quickly in Cowboy doing that. But it's not always the case. It's just about staying in line, staying in control, not running loose like that. You can help it. And you've got to keep an eye on the scoreboard. Cam made that mistake last night. Well, a desert on New Zealand. course, that's where Lord of the Rings was filmed. All the external scenes, anyway. So, Interchangex on 90, and he almost blew them there. That one ball hanging on by the skin of its teeth over that corner pocket. So Romario knows what he has to do now. He's trailing big time here. And he didn't get high enough in that one ball. Again, having to run it loose. Aye, the North Island will be nearer the equator for a start. But not, well, it will be, logic tells you it's nearer the equator. It's probably still a fair few thousand miles from the equator, but New Zealand's still a lot further south than Australia, so, you know, the northern part of Australia is like subtropical. And right now it's right in the middle of winter down there, that part of the world. So Interchangex into the 90s now, and he's killed a 3-ball, which immediately reduces his chances of putting something of a contribution here together to get away from Romario really good and proper. Well, right now, Tam, this is the time to go. If I went out the door and I took my phone with me, I bet you if I went and stopped at the M77, you wouldn't be able to see the road for cars going back up to Glasgow direction, because there'd be tens of thousands of cars heading back home, all coming from the southwest coast of Scotland and heading back home for the day. I can guarantee it's chock-a-block. I mean, I've driven home from work at this time of year, and it's been tail, you know, bumper to bumper from the outskirts of Glasgow right down to the outskirts of Kilmarnock. I mean, that's 16 miles. I've seen it bumper to bumper, snail's pace, with people trying to get home up that motorway. It's absolutely crazy. As soon as a couple of days warm weather, people go nuts up here. You got all these blue people down in the beach trying to get a suntan, as Billy Connolly would say. Us Scots were sort of pale blue. Takes us a fortnight to actually go red. Yeah, and my air conditioning in my car's been wrecked for a long while. They keep wanting to fix it, but I don't want to be paying £300 to get the bloody air conditioning fixed. I'll take a fan in with me in the car. Aye, to go white, that's right. I got it wrong. Meanwhile, back to business here. Interchangex on 92. Got to stun this to get to the 5. And now he's in business. Now, again, you've got to play this right. Really, you want to send the 3 sort of up in the direction of the 5. Not too hard, though. Problem with this shot is, if he's going to play 3 to 5, again, he's running the cue ball loose and anything can happen. You can easily scratch off the left side of the 5. You could pot a ball by banking it by mistake. This is what you don't want to do. You want cast iron certainties that you can play a safe shot here. He's playing the draw. No, he isn't. He was trying to. For a second there, I thought he was going to play the draw. Well, Romario, With Interchangex in 94, Romario knows he has to get to 90 here or this rack's gone. And well, there's that. That shot there by Romario is a Romario shot every day of the week. He's missed a perfectly simple 5-ball, and that's what he does. I've been frustrated watching him for years and years doing the same stuff. And there's the two-way shot there from Interchangex. Played to hit the one, missed the one, but the line of the cue ball was good, and he got second prize. That's the other thing you have to look for in Cowboy, especially in the carom phase. You want to try and, if if you can land where you've got a possible two-way shot, it can come in handy, but again, it can work against you because generally you have to sometimes run the cue ball a bit loose to play them. So Interchangex is getting there after 25 minutes of play. Well away from that 5-ball there. Now, Romario wants to play the carom here first and get that 3-ball into play. Or at least he wants to do it now. What he doesn't want is a double kiss. And again, he's not picking the line. And really that's because, Romario hasn't played a lot in these last 3-4 years. And you can't come to this game and hit the ground running. It won't happen. Well, the thing about the outshot is, if you're in control, then I mean, it doesn't always work out that way, but it's probably more noticeable in doubles that when it gets down to the nitty gritty, you've got to you have to think about your partner and try and leave an open shot in the one. The most important thing is you don't want the one ball stuck in a rail if you can help it. But everything's a lot easier said than done in this bloody game. It's probably not the best game for beginners in VP4 to come into, because there's 2 or 3 techniques that you have to learn to be reasonably good at this game. And it is all about knowing how you're moving the cue ball. That's the same rule that applies to every type of game. So it's whatever you've learned in real life with the cue ball, you can certainly apply it to some level in this game. That's what VP4 allows you to do, but and you can certainly get away with a lot of stuff in this game than you will ever in real life as well. So Romario's back at the table. He's still crawling to 90. Interchangex just 2 away. Romario's got no thoughts whatsoever of protecting the 1-ball if he can. He's just desperate to score. He's got, he could go a draw to the 3. Now he's going forward. He's looking, maybe the line of the 5-ball's no good. He's going to go up and down. The 3-ball's a reasonable target going up and down off the left side. You just got to judge the English or get the line right. And that looks okay. The problem with that is...
Where's the cue ball going?
That's what happens when you hit the back end of an object ball on a rail. You end up scratching. In the end, it was all about pace. He hit it too hard. Well, This should be out every day of the week. The one ball's going to be well out the way, and it's just a little force follow into the corner. Maybe a bit of help in English if you hit the far jaw just to spin it in. But he really shouldn't miss this. Oh, that's a terrible shot. I think he got a double kiss there. I think that's done him. Well, something strange happened. It was so bad. Yeah, not very impressed with that shot, Tam. And that's an awful miss there from Romario. Now this is again, and is it probably one of the easiest route shots other than the little draw into a corner pocket. I mean, this is just a straight follow through. The one's going to go in the hole. The cue ball has to go in. There's no way on earth you should ever miss this as a force follow into a corner pocket. It couldn't be any better. I mean, a blind man with one leg and one arm is going to pot that. So, not very impressive from either player at all. It has to be said in that first rack, but Romario's... There's no point in ever giving Romario advice in this game because he never listens. Anybody that tries to, you're wasting your time, so don't even go down that road. He plays one way and that's it. Like it or lump it. Interchangex. Off and running. Now, can he put something substantial on the board? Like I said, unless somebody knows different, the highest run is still, I think, Interchangex with 78. I'm sure it was him that made it in that match against LS3. Unless I'm imagining something else. And unless somebody else comes forward and say they made such and such, it's still 78. Well, I think this is the most cowboy I've played in many a long time. I think we played cowboy for like 5 hours this morning. Yeah, about 11 o'clock. And then I had to go and get something to eat. And it's also the busiest I've seen a cowboy room for many a long time as well. We had 10 in a room. We had 8 in one room. Then was it Monster created another room, and we created another room just so we could continue playing the doubles match that we were playing, and then bloody 10 folk turned up. Couldn't get rid of them. But if it brings more people to play the game, then all the better, as far as I'm concerned. It was in Aladdin's cave, a cowboy this morning. Well, is this the beginnings of something of a contribution? Now, pot the 5, dead weight, and stay below the 1, and then it gives you 2 choices of shots. Now, he's hit that too hard for a start. He can go thin and go to the back of the 3. You don't want to hit the 3 full on well, probably not. The back of the 3 would have been safer, simply because of what you just saw there, the cue ball coming off the rail and coming out and almost scratching. If he'd played to the rail to hit the back of the 3, there was never a scratch on. I need a cough. Hang on a minute. Now, you want to hit the 3 ball full in the face. That way you're leaving a pot on rather than killing it to a rail. I still would have potted the 3 here and stayed up top. So if you're going to make this decision, you've got to make sure you get decent below the 1. So now you pot the 1 and probably go 2 rails back across to where the 1 ball is. He seems fascinated by lining up a combo. But in doing that, he's now killed the 5 ball almost, but he's got the carom. So a sort of roundabout way of doing it there, but this 5 ball might go in as well, or it needs to bounce, or it's dead. Oh, that's fine. So now it's probably too high an angle to pot the 3 and hold it. So now he's in danger here if he's going to go below the 1 and try and play to the 5. He might be drawn to try and get above the 3 here. Yeah. It needs to slow down. And now he's in no man's land. Let's have a look. Well, he can make the line to get to the 5. It's a huge target. If he plays the draw, he can get to the 5. He's going to play the draw to the 3. That works. Oh dear, and he just skimmed it. Well, that's the biggest run so far, 45, and he's kept them. Again, dangerous shot, far too heavy. And now he's having to pull out pots immediately to stay at the table. Oh, when you think about it, you know, VP is very dated as far as modern gaming goes. It is very outdated. I mean, most multiplayer games have got voice in them. You know, that's a given, pretty much. But then again, the other side of the coin is that many gamers use Discord. You know, that's the social place that they all go. But we've got a Discord channel where nobody uses it at all. So that just shows you how much sociability there is in VP4. None whatsoever. There was a little phase there a while back where 1 or 2 were in it, and that's died a death. Well, Romario, I don't know how much he scored, but it wasn't much. Interchangex back at the table. Oh, we've had a VP4 Discord channel for a long while. But if you go there, it's like a one-horse town. And there's not even a horse in it. Well, this is going to be 3-zip to Interchangex. At the moment, I don't think he's going to have to work that hard to get there. He's just going to have to keep scoring that wee bit and not lose his points. And knowing that he's going to be back at the table fairly soon. Yeah, you could have your I mean, like VP4, you put your logo up in the top right hand corner. You could actually use that for a webcam if it was built in game. Would I talk to you? Well, what exactly am I doing at the moment? I mean, if this isn't communication, I don't know what is. What do you mean, talk nice to you? No, I don't go in Discord. I only go in Discord for when Steve's going to join. I don't go in Discord for any other reason. Never heard of that name. I'm just liking the thought that you sound like Ruth Maddock. Hello, campers. Now he's going to say, who the hell's Ruth Maddock? She was the former wife of Philip Maddock, I believe. And don't tell him, Pike. Your name will also go in the book. That's him, Philip Maddock. He played the Nazi in Dad's Army. And there's people going, what the hell's Dad's Army? The only person that knows what I'm talking about is Tam. There's nobody else old enough watching this who knows what I'm talking about in the UK. Right, so Albinario, where the hell did that come from? Interchangex, a long ways ahead and going further ahead. His contributions are that bit more than Romario. In fact, a lot more than Romario, let's be honest. Romario's put nothing together. But the thing with Romario is, in all honesty, I mean, this is the thing about him. He could easily pull out a run. It's not looking likely, but he is well capable. July the 8th, that the last time somebody was there, so that's like, what, 3-4 days ago? Oh, he's got to watch what he's doing here, this cue ball. Yeah, it came off the point. And now he can go for the little two-railer onto the one ball. That doesn't look difficult. You can get the line to the rail and maybe a little bit of help in right English to get to the one. Just grazed it. And that's all you have to do in this game to make the carom. But the one ball's now dead. So the last time somebody was in the VP4 Discord was a year ago. What does that tell you about the about the community? I mean, I don't think Steve's got a link to Discord on the VP4 webpage at all, or nothing like that. I don't think he has. Or if he has, I've missed it. I've never seen it. You know, most games, a lot of games now, especially early access games, they'll have links to Discord so you can get in and tell them the bugs you found. Oh, aye, 2 years ago was the last time somebody was in the VP4 Discord. God almighty. I mean, what's that? I mean, that's miserable, that. So it is. There's been more activity in my VP4 commentary box than there has been in the VP4 Discord. And even then, it's only been me and Steve, occasionally maybe Hairpig and what's his name, Run Out Rob, it drops in. That's about it. But it's still a lot more active than the VP4 one. Well, if you're ever thinking of joining Discord, the first mistake I made was going to the Discord website and setting myself up there. I did that by mistake. What I should have done, and what I've learned from a mistake, is download the Discord app. Don't mess about with the Discord website, because I had a hell of a lot of trouble trying to cancel one thing and keep the other one going and all of that crap. So if you're ever thinking of running Discord, just download the Discord app to your desktop and then start from there. What the hell information are you giving us here, Tam? Scrolled up instead of down. You were the last person in May. You know what that was? Because I actually clicked the wrong VP4 logo. I've got a VP4 logo for my channel, and I clicked the VP4 logo by mistake, and I ended up in the VP4 Discord. That was purely accident. That wasn't out of any other curiosity. So I'm the most active VP4 player in Discord. I do think that you know, if we had now, wouldn't it be hilarious if we had somebody like Crosty with his probably broken Spanish pidgin English and playing cowboy doubles with me, Tam, and VP Monster? That would be hilarious, because I think there'd be all sorts of abuse going on. I mean, if the abuse is anything like the level we have in the chat, I think the tears would be streaming down our faces. Because I'll tell you something, I'd be giving out shitloads of abuse on Discord. Well, I would love to get stub on Discord. I'll tell you, I would rip a new arsehole, so I would. There we go. There's a scratch, and thank God it says Interchangex. It was only 2 on the board. But he's back to 88, and Romario still has a chance, albeit a very long odds chance. Oh, I'll be getting GTA 6, even though they say my PC won't run it. Just as I said, my PC wouldn't be suitable for Windows 11. I'll get GT6. It'll probably be £100 for GT6. I bet you there's like 3 or 4 different versions of GTA 6, and I bet you it's like Flight Simulator 20, the most recent flight sim, where they're wanting £150 for the game. I did a bit of streaming of. I did a wee bit of a stream on GTA 6. I mean, I wasn't playing multiplayer, because multiplayer's just a butcher shop. That's all that is. It's a bloodbath. For somebody like me who can't play first-person shooters, I went online and I said to myself, I heard myself speaking to myself saying, "You're going to go online in this game. You're going to last 5 minutes and you'll be dead." And that was it. I've never went back online with it. It's probably great when you're in a group of guys, but no, you go yourself, you're a lone wolf, you're just going to get picked off like a numpty with all of these guys with their super weapons and mods and all that in the game. Well, it'll be out on the console before it'll be out on the PC, as it always has been, as far as I remember. My PC, when it's working as it has been for the last while, probably working better under Windows 11, I have to say, it'll run GTA 6. It might not run with everything up full blast, but it'll run decent enough. I mean, GTA 5 looks bloody good on my PC. It looks excellent. And it runs fine. The thing about GTA games is, yes, they're such a complex, as most of these modern big games are. They're very complex, and they're always going to come out with bugs, and the bugs don't really come to the fore until after the closed beta test. And once the public get a hold of it, that's when all the bugs come to light. But it's generally always been a fairly solid product when it's came out in the market. Not like some of the shit you get nowadays. So Interchangex on a run of 8 here, and he does not want to give these away. Now he needs to spin this if he's coming across. Well, he was trying to nip back for the 5. I thought he was going to play the safer shot there and nip across to the 1. I have got a PlayStation 3 sitting right in front of me, thick with dust, that hasn't been switched on for I don't know how long. But when I bought that PlayStation 3, I only bought it for one game, as you should already know, because I've told everybody about it. I only ever bought it for Gran Turismo 4. Best gaming experience I've ever had. Never enjoyed myself so much in an online game as I did, because then on the PlayStation 3 we had chat, and you can guarantee we had a group of guys that I raced with every night, and there was all sorts of abuse going on in that. It was hilarious. And Gran Turismo is probably not coming to the PC now. I read that a little while back. I'm really, really pissed off and disappointed. I'll wait for another 4 or 5 years for it to come out in the PC, if only it comes out before I cash in my chips. I had a Sega Dreamcast, which was a brilliant little console. I mean, it was innovative at the time. It had a very basic internet connection in it. Bear in mind, internet connections back in the day then were crap. I had a Formula 1 game on it. I had quite a few games on it. I thought it was a great little console, but the problem with that is you know, the gaming developers didn't get behind it, and Sega was washed up. It was a great little console. Swamped out by bloody the launch of the Sony PlayStation. Everyone went haywire when that happened. And then Xbox came onto the market. First console I ever got is lying downstairs in its box, in a black bin liner, with the 2 controllers, the RF cable, and everything's complete. And with Alex Kidd and Miracle World built into it, my original Sega, what the hell do you call it again? The original console. And it hasn't been played for years. No, I never had a GameCube. I had an N64, a Nintendo 64, brilliant console again. Super Mario World, brilliant game. Loved that. I had VP4. I had Virtual Pool. No, not Virtual Pool. Tell a lie. What was it I had? What the hell was it? I think I did have Virtual Pool. I did. On the Nintendo 64, I had Virtual Pool on the Nintendo 64. Well, Interchangex, one attempt at the outshot. Romario a long way behind. I think we're just treading water here until this is over. I think that's the way it's just going to go. Romario won't be bothered. He'll be glad he's out of it. No, none of that crap. That was never anything I was ever interested in. Stuff like that. I never had a Spectrum. The guy I worked with, one of the guys I worked with, he had a Commodore 64, which was like, that was like space age. And we used to go to Glasgow, and we went to the Glasgow bars to get all the illegal copied games. He used to go up there and buy like half a dozen games. He had an F1 game that was out on Commodore 64 as well. Flight simulator games, all of that stuff. That was many a year ago we did that. Used to go up on a Sunday morning to Glasgow before I had a car, as a matter of fact. I'll tell you something, that was, how many years ago would that be? That'd be more than 30 years ago. Yeah, and then the thing is with the illegal games that he would get, he could buy a dozen, right? But 6 of them wouldn't load. That's what you get. It's like a lucky dip. Well, Romario in 82, he didn't get the English in the cue ball. Had to get the right English in the cue ball to spin into the back of that 3 there. Because that clearly tells you he was trying to go direct to the 3 ball rather than thinking, well, if I miss it, I better put a bit of right English on it and maybe hit the back of it. And an easy out for 2-0 for Interchangex after 58 minutes. Tell a lie, 55 minutes. And I've done that about 3 times in a row this week, where I've missed the pot in the 3 in the top left-hand corner, and it's went around the table and went at the bottom left-hand corner. This is the type of weather where I dread drinking a cup of tea, because I'll sit in front of the telly after this is finished. I'll have a cup of tea and the sweat will be running down my face because the house is that warm. And of course, what the hell does tea do? It just heats up your core and your body's working overtime to keep you cool. Yeah, the sweat will be running down the crack of my ass in an hour's time or 20 minutes' time. I need a paddling pool. What the hell do I need a paddling pool for? I could just see me putting a paddling pool out the back garden, the neighbours looking out and saying, look at that sad bastard. That silly old fart standing in the middle of the grass in a paddling pool and scaring the neighbours' kids. I don't know whether the new neighbours that moved in when my old neighbour, she lost her husband and then went into a little bungalow. These new neighbours that I have next door, I've never spoken to them. Never. I don't know whether. I mean, I don't know whether she's got kids. What I do know is there's a guy turns up in a white van from time to time. He goes, and I mean, I've got everything's working in my imagination, but this guy that turns up in a white van, I've never seen him. I've just seen the van at the door because obviously I'm out the house early in the morning or whatever. But I know that he's obviously in doing her a favour, if you know what I mean. And then after a day or so, he disappears again. So there's dodgy goings on happening next door from time to time. But I don't know what relationship they have. But he's certainly not married to her, or else he would actually be living there, I would assume. Well, my neighbour used to do stuff like that. That's when you could talk to neighbours. But as I said, there's a guy next door to me who's been in there in this house next door. I've never seen him coming and going. And as I said, the woman next door to me, never spoken to her. So, Romario in 22, Interchangex trying to get rid of that deficit. He's got an easy carom set up after the pot. And I suppose the only thing here is to try and beat that high run he had of, what, 48 was it, or 42? Somebody might remember what he had, but he did have a 40-something. He might try and get out in a blaze of glory here. By the way, Tam, you still there? I think Tam's got bored and left. Yep, Tam's had enough. He's seen enough. He's away watching the tennis. Right. I went on to Facebook a couple of days ago and I did a search. I thought to myself, I wonder if Casino Jim had a Facebook page. And so I searched for the name Jimmy Hake. I searched for it and I found it. And I saw that you had made a post on it. The problem I've got with that is, first of all, we're never 100% certain that we know that that's him. Because really 100% we're not certain. And the other thing is that nobody has responded to your comments, which is probably not unexpected because probably nobody will be near that Facebook page. Now, what I did today, though, Tam, and I don't know whether you did it, and maybe you might be up for this, seeing as you're the VP4 representative communicating with his nearest and dearest. I searched for his wife. I searched for her name, and I found her webpage. The only problem with that is I don't think it's been active for about a year. I didn't see a lot on it. But there is a message button, and you could message her to find out 100%. Or maybe say, can you go and check, please go and check Jimmy's page on Facebook and read the comment or whatever. I'm too shy to do that. I don't want to impose myself on a woman. But the fact that there's no response still doesn't give you 100% unequivocal certainty that it was him. I mean, I'm fairly certain it's him myself. And by the way, his wife's a fair few years younger than him. They were only married in 2006 or 2007. So he was a bit of a little cradle snatcher, our Casino Jim. That's the thing. We don't know how old he is. He would be about 70 odd anyway, I would have thought. 77. So, just as I requested from Interchangex to go out in a blaze of glory, his run is 64. And we've got, do I dare mentioning anything in case I jinx him? I'm saying nothing. All I'm saying is the high run at the moment, 78. And that's coming out reasonably good. If it just slows up, because now he's going to have to play a stun, or he might play no, he won't. He'll have to play the stun to the one. It's all about keeping the pots alive, and he's still good to go at the moment. Problem now is he's got to think about trying to stay up top of this 3-ball. Now, if he goes forward, he might come across and bump the 3, which he doesn't really want to do. He doesn't want to do what he's just done. Commentator's eye, never doubt it, but he's still got a shot. He can go 3-5 if he fancies it, or he can go the 5-1. Score is 75. And now he's in trouble at the moment. Now, the danger here is potting the 3 and staying above the 3, and where that 5-ball is, it's in dangerous territory. Let's have a look. I mean, I would still go for it. I would still go for it. You've got to play a really bad shot here. It's all about how thick you hit the 3. You're not having to do anything with English or anything. And he's played it pretty good. Run goes to 80. So we definitely, unless he loses these points, we've definitely got a new high run. Now he has to also pay attention to that scoreboard, because this is where you get so engrossed you're on a long run and you lose complete track of what's happening. You're just busy scoring points. Well, he's got to remember the 1 comes down this end of the table here, so that needs to open up a bit more. I think he's still okay. Yeah, he can stun this square. He might be playing the cut and coming across. Well, that's not bad. You just got to go the 2 rails with this thin cut, or he'll play a pot up top. But you could thin cut, maybe not the thin cut in the 3. Let's have a look. Oh no, I wouldn't fancy that. That's too dodgy. Well, I know the shot I'm playing here. I'm playing the draw with bottom left English off the 5-ball, coming to the rail and spinning into the 3. He's going to go maybe directly or 2 rails, and no, it'll be 2 rails, but I would play the draw and get that 3 out of there. Bottom end of the 3 would be good. He's still okay. Now, he is in the caroms. He's on 91. Well, at least he remembered, because I totally forgot immediately after I had just said it. I was too busy looking at the next shot. Oh, this is where you risk disaster if you're trying to keep the run going. If I was him and there's something dodgy on, I would just I'd just roll a ball to a rail and do nothing else. Excellent run. And that's what the crowd think of it. So the run, or the new high run in the tournament, is 91. Which will probably be beaten tomorrow. It won't last 24 hours. At least he's got that title for less than 24 hours. It probably will go tomorrow. And where's Arnie? Wait, see if I can find him.
Welcome to VP4TV.
No, that
You're
one.
watching a tactical
No, that one
drama
either.
production. Please welcome your
I know what number it is now. I'll get it in a minute.
And super admin, aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and president of Cellaris.
It's this one.
Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
It's that. No, I'm not giving shit this time. Thank you very much. And don't start any rumours. Don't start any rumours about me giving away V-dollars. In fact, I'm telling everybody that you are. You're going to give the 2,000 $V to the high run for the tournament. There you go, folks. I'll post it in the lobby. Well, Romario's needing lots and lots of table time. But I can't remember Romario ever being a cowboy player in VP3, let alone VP4. Yeah, I think he's mostly 9-ball and snooker. Now, did he catch that? He might get the second prize. And then again, he might not. Well, Tam, the bad news is you're in third place in terms of the top fans in the chat this afternoon. Coldest Pillows streaks ahead. Well, I think we need to... first of all, what everybody needs to do is go to the internal browser, and in the little search window up top right, you want to type in 2024, and then hit enter, and then look at the events and see what championships we've had in 2024, and work out what one's the anniversary for what should be the next tournament. I'm taking nothing to do with it. I set up that, what was it, Play Pass? I think that's the website. I set up a triple elimination 9-ball Scotch doubles World Cup tournament, which I did earlier today. So I put in like 8 made-up teams. The only thing I haven't done is started inputting results, just to see how it pans out and find out how the system works. But we could do an unofficial doubles world championship where the time you have to play is endless, and have a doubles world championship. No, I don't think. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'd be doing much live streaming of the One Pocket. Steve might, because he's mad on it. He's the only one that is. Well, there's 3 people that are mad on it. That's Steve, Bedhead, and Slim. Nobody else gives a shit. That's a brutal, honest answer to that. I've played One Pocket when we're doing testing, and it was bloody tedious. Just because we're shit at it. I mean, that's no excuse, but it's really a devastating game to play. You play one bad shot, sayonara. That's the thing about One Pocket. No, Stubbs full of crap. I think Steve would beat Stubb at One Pocket in VP4. Look how many One Pocket tournaments there is in VP4. None. If there is, I've never seen one. In fact, that Filipino whatever version of whatever game it is, nobody plays it either. That one that Steve put in. See, Steve's making a mistake of putting in games he likes and no other bugger is interested in. I've told him to put Killer in. Get it put in. And can you imagine playing Killer in the morning instead of Cowboy? That would be hilarious. And we had 10 in a room this morning, by the way. And if we had 10 in a room, they could all be playing. They could all be in the game playing Killer. That's how good it would be. See, once this stream's finished, see if you get yourself into the VP4 lobby. I'm going to find that link on YouTube, and I'm going to post the link for that Killer match, and go and watch it. It's what, it might be half an hour or 40 minutes. I watched it all. Go and watch it, and I guarantee you'll think, why the hell have we not got this game in VP4? The guy that's doing the recording or doing the video, he's in the game. He's playing in the game. And you just listen to his commentary and you watch all the guys that are playing it. You'll really enjoy it. I guarantee you'll really enjoy watching it. And go all the way with it right to the end. Because you've got numpties playing it. I mean, you've got guys like Crosty playing it. And you've got guys like Cobra playing it. And they'll get different handicaps. And anybody can win it. And it's a knockout game. Once you run out of your lives, that's you're out the game. And you can get really dirty in it as well. That's the other thing I like about it. Oh, you could very quickly get rid of Crosty out there. I mean, if we had a 10-man game of Killer, all it needs is the right players to do the right thing at the right time, and Crosty's going home. Oh, I would love that. VP Monster would be up for that. He'd definitely want to get rid as soon as he could. Right, meanwhile, we're getting there. Romario's a long way behind. And Interchangex is 5 away from a comfortable victory. Oh, aye. I mean, you could have I mean, that's the other thing. You could have a 10-man game of Killer, where it's a wager match, and everybody puts in $50 V or $100 V, and the winner gets the pot. I mean, that surely there'll be people up for that. For God's sake. Right, I think at this point in the proceedings, it's just time for one more reminder. Tomorrow evening at 6 p.m, British summertime, that is, we've got the big match with Cobra and Monster. All races to 3, remember. And it should be a good one either way. I hope you can join us for it. Hit the like and subscribe. And also hit the little bell icon on YouTube. That way you'll get a notification when I go live. You know it's the right thing to do. This thing will work eventually, by the way. You've got to be patient. There we go. Now, here's the thing. I get rid of my spreadshirt thing on YouTube, you know, for products, because the products were crap for a start. I totally deleted everything. Now, my question is, and I can't see where the logic in this isn't right. I mean, it's a bit late in the day, bearing in mind that VP4's been out for, what, 13 years now. Now, why doesn't Steve open up a Spreadshirt account? I think that's the name of the website. Why doesn't he open up one of them? Because it's easy to do, because even I did it. You open up a Spreadshirt account. Steve's obviously got all the logos for VP4. He uploads them to the website. like, for example, let's say, for example, you want to make a VP4 t-shirt. You put the logo for VP4 and you choose the colours of your t-shirts and you save them. And then once they're approved by Spreadshirt, they then get added to your shop, your store. Now, Steve takes absolutely... Now, the one thing that Steve didn't want to do is have the hassle of distributing products like hats and T-shirts and stuff. But he doesn't have to get involved with any of that at all. They do everything for you. They make the T-shirts, they print them, they charge the fee, and part of that fee goes to them and part of it goes to you. And you don't have to take any involvement whatsoever in the sales or the after sales, which is more important. They do all the delivery. You order it, you pay for delivery, and he gets income from it. I don't see why he didn't even... I mean, I can't think that he's that daft he doesn't know about it. I'm going to mention it to him. I'm going to say, even if you say you're not keen on it, go and have a look at the website, set up an account, and have a mess about adding your logos to T-shirts, and they'll do everything for you. You don't need to do anything. All you have to do is upload your logos. And then if you sell anything, they make a cut from it, you get a cut from it, and you've got no hassle. Anyway, Interchangex just biding his time. Romario still short of 90. This is like last chance saloon, and no sooner have I said that, he's missed the pot, he's missed the carom, and the outshot is there for Interchangex into this bottom right-hand corner pocket for the 3-0 win. You get into it too much. So, second last chance saloon for Romario, and it's feasible that he could run out from here. It is possible. Well, that takes him to 86. 88, sorry. And the problem now is he's going to have to bank the one and avoid the extra carom here. He's got to avoid the carom. And in goes the one. Now he has to watch that he doesn't bank the 3-ball in the process here if he's going to stun to the 1. Now he's got to also watch he doesn't cut the 5. So he's in between a rock and a hard place, as the saying goes here. Well, the outshot's still on into this bottom left. In fact, the angle is probably a bit more comfortable. Well, he's actually going the other way. Surprised at that. Maybe not, now that I look at it. So this for the match. And it goes. So Interchangex is through very comfortably. Romario got to 90. Well, I think he got to 90 in the last game, did he not? But that's about it. But it has been comfortable for Interchangex. Let's have a quick look and see where that puts him. I think he's going to have a fair weight, I would imagine. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's got Mark Sharp. I think Tam mentioned that. He's got Mark Sharp. And in fact, Mark Sharp, I've not seen him around. Did he actually play his first round match, Mark Sharp? Who was it he played? Did I stream it? I can't remember. In fact, where the hell is he in the bracket in this winner's side? He did play. In fact, he was playing LS3. I streamed it. Oh dear, that's how bad it is. Anyway, I haven't seen him since. So, all we've got left tomorrow is the one I mentioned earlier, the one between Cobra and VP Monster. Monster going for his maiden title in the game that he should be a reasonable favourite in, up against the 2-time Cowboy World Champion And Cowboy, being a game he's never played, came to it the first year, found he enjoyed it, decided to win it, and then decided to defend it, which he did. So he's going for 3 in a row, I think. So it's going to be a toughie, and I hope you can join us for that tomorrow, folks. Well, enjoy your dinner. Catch the end of the tennis if there's any there, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. So until then, hit the like button. Don't forget, it takes 2 seconds of your time, helps the algorithm, and I'll see you later, folks. Take care.
Okay guys, it's pool time and it's Killer Pool, a game that I've never ever played.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else.